Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching. Also, depending on what time you get, I feel like singing, you get to see this video. Welcome again to another fire episode of Parenthood 101 because I like to educate and I also like to get schooled because you guys school me. Most of the times, pale comment section is usually late and I appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. Now, today we are discussing something that is very, very important. Now, unfortunately, most accidents happen in your homes. Did you know that? So, our guest today is a friend of mine. Yes, a very good friend of mine. Acha nikwambie ukiwa hata na biashara, anza tu na kuomoa marafiki zako. But today in studio, we have a very good friend of mine. I will let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Wariara Irene. They call me the Lady Butcher. I'm a mother, an entrepreneur, and a child welfare specialist.
Lakini vile umekula luku na kabucha kweli. But it's fine. Of course, we have our very own clinician in the building. Let's welcome Ruby Atieno.
Hi guys.
Ruby unaniangusha. Changamka by the way.
Hi guys. Welcome to our channel. Yeah, that's all.
How's the week been?
Same old. Busy, job, homing. Yeah, motherhood. Yeah, kawaida tu.
Yeah, and thank you so much for the sacrifice because I got you in the morning. You had just done a whole night shift, but you're here still with the energy. Hata kama si kabisa tutapea masoda hapa uchangamke. But Irene, thank you so much for coming. I'm not used to calling you Irene. We have another AKA that we got. Anaitwa Passat. But anyway, butcher.
Yes.
You butcher animals. You don't look like it. How did that passion begin?
Thank you so much for having me. Looks can be deceiving.
Clearly.
I don't look like what I do, but I get into character.
Yeah?
Ukinipata huko na mavisu na chinja na mambuzi mbaya sana.
Na umengoa nywele.
Yes.
So today we are discussing something very important. It's always very important if it comes to Parenthood 101. We are discussing domestic accidents, and most of those accidents that happen in the house range from, simple burns or complicated what are they called? Balls? There's the burn and a scald. My God, yes. So there's the scald, there's the burns, and then there's poisoning because we have kerosene in the house, and then we have others like the burns, electric shocks because of the switches. And you guys didn't know, but you have to child-proof your home, whether you have a child or not, because they can come to visit you. Wanze kuingisha hizo nini, something metallic to that hole in the socket, and then the next thing you know, it's a full-blown accident. So sometimes they could be fatal, and sometimes they're simple, but they're still accidents. So we need to address this. And the reason I called Irene here is because she has a story. So Irene, what is your story?
First of all, let me start by saying that every morning when we wake up, we do not know or we do not preempt what is likely to happen to us. But the reality on the ground is accidents are bound to happen. Accidents happen every day. And the best thing would be to always prepare ourselves for accidents. So on this fateful day, in the month of May last year, it was on a Sunday. I remember it's during these COVID times and everything is just boring because every place you can think of going to is closed, and people are just, being advised to stay at home. So I thought maybe I would invite my cousin so that we can have, just a chilled barbecue at home. And I called up one of my cousins called Jennifer so that we can just come and, chill out at home and choma nyama and stuff. So those who know me know that I am not only a butcher, but I am a very good eater of meat. And napenda nyama sana, so wherever I am kuna nyama. So on this day, kazini yangu amefika tu home, tuna marinate nyama, na nikamwacha akimarinate nyama, mimi nikaenda nje kuwasha jiko. So hii jiko ni ile jiko ya makaa. Tunataka kugrill, so nimeweka makaa, alafu nimemwagia ile gel ya kuwasha moto.
The motor gel.
The motor gel, yeah. So hiyo gel, before we get there, so nimewasha moto na nimeacha ikiwaka. So nimerudi kwa nyumba kusaidia kazini yangu kuendelea kumarinate nyama. So when I went outside to check on the grill, moto inaendeleaje, nikienda nikapata ishazima. So nataka kuiwasha tena. So what do? I get the motor gel, nimwage tena ndio niwashe for the second time. Little did I know, June afternoon na kuna jua, kuna makaa bado zinawaka kwa hiyo jiko. Na hii motor gel is very highly flammable. Actually it's an explosive. Later ndio nilikamkuangalia content zake, nikaona hadi kuna some petroleum products. So wakati nilichukua hiyo chupa, it's a 5-liter bottle. Wakati nilichukua kumwagilia kwa hiyo jiko ndio niwashe tena, ile moto ilikuwa bado inabana hapo, yenye si kuona because it's bright outside. In a fraction of a second, ile moto ili travel kutoka kwa hiyo makaa into the bottle that is plastic, kwa hiyo gel, and there was a massive explosion. So that gel, kwa sababu hiyo chupa ni plastic, the chupa was ruptured and the gel spilled all over me. So what happens, petroli ama kitu yoyote flammable ikikumwagikia, unashika moto. So you were lit. Yeah, I was
okay,
lit.
it's just a bad joke.
Yeah, bad joke. I was lit. Yani. Okay, it's not funny, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Alafu, yani tu, kuna rafiki yangu sema timing ya God ni poa, lakini ya shetani ni mufti kabisa. Hiyo siku, nilikuwa nimevaa nguo zinakaa tu nylon. Nilikuwa nimevaa biker shorts na nimevaa jersey ya Arsenal. Yani it had to be Arsenal. Nimevaa jersey ya Arsenal yenye iko na hiyo polyester material. So venye polyester material ikishika moto ina that one.
Yeah.
So ilishikilia kwa body yangu. So hizi vitu zote nawaambia na ni sahi na recap, but hiyo time ili happen so fast. I was not even able to, sahi hata sasa the good thing nilikuwa nimefunzwa before kwa course yangu ya early childhood development to kuna unit ya first aid. So mtu akishika moto, what do? So kuna hiyo you stop, drop and roll. So luckily sa hiyo mind yangu ili switch kwa hiyo kitu. So I stopped, I dropped and I rolled, but by the time hiyo moto inazima, the damage was already done. Na utawaekea hizo footage hapa, kuna hizo picha. Yeah. And nikasikia uchungu yenye ilifanya hadi I think my body went into shock, because for some time hata sikusikia uchungu. So at this time I was calling out and screaming, but wale watu wako ndani ya nyumba wanaweza nisaidia aje? Hakuna fire extinguisher kwa hao. Hakuna mahali maji iko stored. So hata kama wanataka kuchukua maji wanizime, they have to kufetch kutoka kwa tap, itajaa saa ngapi, So I just saw my son standing there helplessly, and he was crying and calling out, "Mom," because I was just there rolling on the ground. Na wale wako kwa nyumba pia wana scream, like it was terror. So I found my way into the house, nikaenda nikafungulia shower baridi, nikakaa hapo chini ya hiyo shower for some time. Nina shake, uchungu, kuogopa, a turmoil of emotions at that specific time. So I asked my cousin anipatie simu yangu. I called a few people, my mom, my aunties, kujeni mnipeleke hosi. So nikapelekwa hosi, and at that time sijatoa hata zile nguo zingine, nimetoa ile top nilitoa, sasa ile ilikuwa inachomeka, but hiyo sleeve yake ilibaki kama imeshika kwa ngozi. So I literally tore that jersey that I was wearing, and a part of it was left stuck on my left arm. It was arguably the most painful thing I've gone through, second from childbirth. Na nilipofika hosi, I didn't know the magnitude of vile nilikuwa nimechomeka because sikuwa nimetake time kujiangalia. So nikafika hosi, nikaingizwa haraka emergency nini. So by hiyo time blisters zilikuwa zimeanza kuform all over. So they had to rupture they have to remove the fluid in the blisters, and it was a very painful experience. Alafu juu ukichomeka, you know, the skin ndio inakuaga organ ya kuweka maji kwa body yako. So ukichomeka, immediately the first thing will happen ni dehydration. So immediately vile niliingia hosi, waliniweka kwa drip. Alafu ukishae kwa drip, mtu usikia unataka kwenda choo, like you want to pee.
Are you serious?
Yeah, kwa sababu sasa hiyo maji inaingia kwa system. So nikauliza choo iko wapi, nikapelekwa. So kwa hiyo choo, there's a very big mirror just as you go towards. At this point, sina haya, sikumbuki sina nguo, you know. It was so painful, sina hata hiyo sense ya kukumbuka sijavaa nguo. So I passed by the mirror and I saw vile nilikuwa nimechomeka. At that point, I almost passed out. Like, what? Even ndio nimechomeka, because the whole of my left arm and literally the whole of my left side, from my thigh to my leg all the way down, nilikuwa nimechomeka. Na sasa washatoboa hizo blisters, so it's pink hivyo mpaka chini. So at that point bado sijaanza kusikia uchungu ile sana, kwa sababu hata vile nimefika hosi wamenidunga hizo mapainkiller na nini na nini. So wamekuja waka dress hizo wounds, na nikaambiwa these are 2nd to 3rd degree burns, and they were about 17% 2nd to 3rd degree burns. So utahave kuadmitiwa. You know, I thought it's something that nitafanyiwa tu first aid nirudi home. So nimeadmitiwa, and I asked the doctor, how long do you think I'm going to be here? Akasema, by the look of things, not less than 10 days. I was like, what? Hiyo kitu ilikuwa traumatizing mbaya. Remember, ini time ya COVID, utaki kuwa anywhere near hosi. So nilikaa, alafu after some 3 days, nika request daktari wangu kama anaweza nipatia, you know, treatment kutoka nyumbani. So after consultations here and there, wakasema they can be coming to do the dressing at home. So every day for over 2 months, I had doctors and nurses visiting my house for dressing and, you know, follow-up treatment. So we are treating pain ya burns, na sasa hizo wounds ziko na infection. So just to paint a picture of how that treatment was, hizo wounds zilikuwa zimedressiwa na bandage. So wakikuja leo, lazima watoe kwanza zile bandage za jana ndio waeke bandage zingine. So it's a wound na ina ooze fluids na blood and stuff. Bandage inashika. So wakikam, lazima kwanza wangoe ile bandage ndio waeke ingine ya a fresh one. That went on for close to 2 months. Actually more than 2 months ndio nitoke kwa nyumba. Kutoka May nilikuja kutoka kwa nyumba August. So it was the most painful experience mtu anaweza pata. For the longest time nililala na side moja. Siwezi lala na hiyo side juu nimechomeka. Siwezi vaa nguo. Hiyo mkono ilikuwa inauma, mguu inauma, the whole of that side ilikuwa inauma. Siwezi vaa nguo, siwezi enda hata kwa loo vizuri, like na have kutumia zile aids. And I went through something that I would not even wish on my worst of enemies, kwa sababu hiyo uchungu ilikuwa too much. And then also mtoto wangu ilimuaffect, kwa sababu the fact that sivai nguo, he's not allowed into my bedroom. And when he's allowed, it's just for a few minutes, ananiona, anatoka. We can't hug, we can't cuddle, we can't play for 2 months. Na mi na mtoto wangu tuko na relationship ingine very tight. Every day we hug, we play, we run around. And psychologically hiyo kitu ilitocha mtoi wangu. I even had to put him under counseling kwa sababu he watched everything when it happened. And as it happened. So I went through something that I cannot even try to explain. And well, fast forward to 2 months after that, that was in August. Nilipona after treatment more, but I still have very ugly scars that niko nazo mpaka sai. I've learned to embrace them. They are a constant reminder that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Absolutely. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And you are such a strong person, Irene, even for sharing this story without crying, because I've seen you break down enough times because of this. And most of the times we think accidents happen, to other people. You never ever see yourself going through this accident. But the truth is, an accident is just like a click away. You have to make sure you child-proof. You have to have fire extinguishers in your house. And I know it looks like, oh my God, that just is for the rich people. But you see, accidents don't know who is rich and who is not. It does not select. And that's why it's called an accident, because you don't plan for it. And you see, accidents are of so many types. Poisoning, choking, for a child to choke and watch that child choke and you have no know-how on how you can help this child, that's an accident. Kids play all the time. They put cockroach zinaingia kwa masikio, mwingine anaeka coins kwa macho, huku masikio, mdomo, wanameza. It's so many accidents. I remember a story about King's brother, alimeza sharpener. As in, so it was dislodged somewhere on the esophagus. I'm just feeling, I feel like I should just sound smart. But let me ask our clinician about the accidents that are common that come to your hospital.
Yeah, so as you said, most of the accidents you see are on the children. Yeah. Kumeza mashilingi, literally wanakula pesa.
But you see also it's okay because they do not know their various environments.
Yes, they don't.
They're curious.
But that's up to us now. Yeah?
Yes.
There's those who drink jik, medicine. Yeah, that's why it's clearly written, keep out of reach of children. But bado tu tutaeka tu hapo.
Even other medicine.
Yeah, even medicine. There's a kid who was brought in who drank a whole bottle of Piriton. Yes. So it may not look it may not look like it's harmful, but Piriton has a sedative effect. Atalala, hatakula, go into hypoglycemia, and those are many other things, false sleeps, sleeping in the bathrooms. Yeah, like my daughter, she fell. Okay, right now I can laugh about it, but at that time I was so scared. Yeah, we went to the bathroom. I was washing something. I don't even remember. I didn't have this non-sleep
anti-sleep.
Yeah, the anti-sleep mat. And she slipped and fell and hit her head. At that moment, I froze, like, I want to see her move, And then when she moved, because I think it's instinct also, because I can't start moving her around, cervical injuries and stuff. So you don't just go and start moving them around. Maybe there's a broken bone on the cervical collar, okay, hizo vitu zote. So, unangoja kwanza move. Ako sawa, you call them, ako sawa, then I moved. But at that moment, I saw a gap in my house. Yeah, so the slips, the burns, shocks, the kids always poke around these holes. Kijiko, cuts kwa jikoni, the knives that are put all over the place, and yenye inakuanga sana kuchomeka na uji. I don't know what happens to uji na chai na watoto, but they're always getting burnt. Na uji na chai. Yeah, so those are the most common accidents we see. Adults usually most are self-inflicted, others are accidents.
Yeah.
Falling off a corridor,
Yeah.
a balcony, maybe it was by accident. Self-inflicted, maybe it was on purpose, they did it, you know, like burning themselves or taking jig or whatever.
Wow. And we have seen Kenyans, myself included, sometimes we have these first aid kits in the car just to show the cop, like akikuja tu, you're like, afande niko nazo, but then you see that's not the real reason that you have them. I feel like as a home, a modern home, uko home, you should always have a first aid kit. There are repercussions to not having these things, because burns.
And one thing people need to know is you don't need to buy the kit. First aid kit ni kitu unaweza jitengenezea. Surgical spirit is like 50 bob. But the elastoplast ni 10 bob, I think. Bandage ile roll, I think it's 50 bob. You can customize your own first aid kit. Have a box, have it somewhere reachable. Reachable, that's the key word to you, of course. Reachable to an adult. Activated charcoal, I think it's 20 shillings. Mtoto anaweza kunywa jik. That's the first thing you should do. You should have activated charcoal. Nika kitu kanauzwa tu kwa chemist, but no one really pays attention to it.
So you go to the chemist and you ask for
actually you can just go
charcoal.
you can just go to a chemist and ask them, like, I want to assemble a DIY first aid box. They'll tell you all you need. No unaziweka tu hapo.
My neighbor's child took some, I don't know, surgical spirit akameza, and that made me have this conversation with you guys. That's why I decided to have this conversation, because we need also to train our house helps on how to handle these things when they come, because they are accidents, you don't plan for them. So you need to let your house girl know, should this happen, what do I do? And because of that, I feel like that's why I have gone ahead to have a staff. People are qualified to basically give this kind of information to our house girls, our house helps, our domestic managers, whatever you call them. But we need to prepare them. If it happens, if it doesn't, it's fine. Prevention is better than cure. So I will give you details, of course, about how we can do training to our house helps.
And ourselves.
And ourselves as well. Because
Had I
sometimes,
known,
you have like food.
Had I known what I know now, that accident would have been preventable.
I was about to ask you, like right now, since you already had it firsthand, what have you done to make sure this, should it happen, I am prepared?
First of all, I have a first aid kit in my house right now. I have a fire extinguisher at home. I've installed one, and constantly I engage my house help and my son about possible accidents, because had I known what I know now, I think that accident would have been preventable. Kwa sababu kama ni hiyo moto gel, ningekuwa nimesoma instructions, singejua mtu haezi mwagilia hiyo moto gel hivyo, That is why I was very excited when you told me that you have this program for training parents and caregivers, our nannies, our domestic managers, on the accidents that are likely to happen at home, how to prevent, and if it happens, how to deal with it. Because truth be told, sai mtoto akinyongwa kwa nyumba, the house help doesn't know what to do with them. They don't know basic first aid, and Nana, that's a very, very beautiful initiative that you've started for training our caregivers. And I urge everyone who's watching us today that when she starts that program, when she announces the dates, please be there and send your domestic managers also, so that they can come and gain that knowledge that they so much need to raise our young ones and to take care of our homes.
Most people, when you mention fire extinguishers, they are thinking this big fire extinguisher. You see, they have portable ones, the ones that you have in the car, the ones, and if you didn't know that they're actually there, they are. This is me confirming to you that they are. And when you have your first aid kit, even the one that you've just made for yourself, yourself, you have to make sure those drugs, because you have to put painkillers, make sure they don't run out of their expiry dates. You have to check even the fire extinguisher. They usually are serviced. Don't just bring it, and just because you haven't used it, you think it's fine. No, they are usually serviced, and I will share information about that as soon as I get everything together.
Yeah, so in the event that an accident does occur, there are things you can do as a parent, as your nanny or your house help, the kid themselves. First and foremost, make sure your kid is well informed. Like at the moment anaanza kucrawl, kuna tu vitu dogo ndogo zenye unaweza mwambia, ukiona anaokota kitu, hiyo ni baya. But the kids learn from habit. So akiokota umwache, they'll know there's nothing wrong with it. So start training them early on what not to do. You yourself, enroll yourself in a first aid program, like Nana is launching one soon. And there are other places, hata kama hauko Nairobi, there are places you can go to, ask them to train you in first aid. It's not expensive. Yeah, you can get this training online. You don't have to go to places kama unaogopa corona. And Heimlich maneuver, that's the most basic first aid maneuver you should have because of choking. Anyone can choke. Neza nyongwa na nyama sana. So kama Nana hajui kuifanya, si amdum.
Yeah, and girls, thank you so much for coming. I really totally do appreciate this conversation. Lakini kabla tuende, msichana, hebu jiuze.
Ni mimi najiuza ama nauza chenye mi uza?
Nataka uze kila kitu because I've eaten nyama yako and it's really nice. I don't want watu wengine wa square awana. They need to give their taste buds a treat.
Yes. No pun intended. Amekula nyama yangu. Anyway, utanipata pale kwa Instagram kama Lady Butcher 254, Lady_Butcher 254. Tunauzanga nyama, niko based pale Langata NHC Mall. Tunauza nyama zote, tunauza beef, chicken, steak, minced meat, nyama, you know. And we have the freshest meat ever. We have good quality. We have the most affordable prices in town. Our packaging ni murua kabisa, and then we do free delivery all over Nairobi. So imagine una order tu nyama, umekaa home na nyama inakupata hapo. So usinyamaze, itisha nyama, and it actually means so much to us when you order, and we will be pleased to meet you. We meet your expectations and we actually even exceed them. So guys, Lady Butcher 254, tutakuuzia, namba ziko pale, unaweza piga simu, tutakuletea nyama.
Hapo sasa. Thank you so much for coming. And let me give a special shout out to Kaka Empire Studios for this beautiful set. Guys, I hope you've noticed the new table. Do you? Anyway, thank you so much. And if you have any product that you would like to partner with us, maybe it has to be of very good quality, and of course it has to meet our audience expectations. Not about meat, but guys, thank you so much. Also subscribe, like, comment, share, and if you have a topic that you feel like it's of very big importance, please do share on the comment section below, and we will be pleased to, of course, tackle those topics that we feel need kutakuliwa. So until next time, guys, it's love from us. Thank you so much.